I am Dr. Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Zoology, Government Postgrad College, Shira, Tumkur District. The topic of today's lecture is the fleas as an important insect vectors. It comes under paper 4, that is insect vectors and diseases, that is in BSc 4th semester Zoology, Tumkur University. Fleas as an important insect vectors. As I told you in the previous classes that while discussing about the general characters of insects, insect body is made up of 3 parts. In the same way, the flea body is also made up of 3 divisions, that is the head, thorax and abdomen. Okay, the size and shape of the body of insects varies from species to species. Okay, it is quite peculiar. You can see the flea, where you can see under surface of the head, you can see the presence of mouth parts. On either side of the head, you can see the compound eye, and there is a comb shaped structure which is present on either side of the head, again the sensory structure. And thorax is again basically it is divided into 3 segments: prothorax, mesothorax and metathorax. Okay, so this is, since this is a wingless insect, wings are completely absent, and under surface of the thorax you can see the presence of 3 pairs of the wings. The legs, 3 pairs of legs. So each pair will attach to a segment, prothorax, mesothorax and metathorax. Okay, and the rest is the abdominal segment. In each and every segment you can see the small opening called as a spiracle, and at the last segments you can see the clasper organ, what is called as clasper. It is a reproductive organ used by the male to transfer the spermatozoa into the female genital tract. It is quite peculiar. So these are the fleas. ಚಿಗಟಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ನಾಯಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಬೆಕ್ಕುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಕುರಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ಮೇಕೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ, ದನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೀಳುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರದ್ದು. Okay, fleas are like that. Here again this slide shows different kinds of fleas which are present in different animals. Okay, stick-type flea, human fleas, rat fleas, chicken fleas, cat fleas and sand fleas. Okay, there are variety of different species of the fleas are present under Siphonoptera. Okay, so they act as again the insect vectors. Okay, the vectors again they can able to transmit various different kinds of the pathogen from one individual to the another individual, and ultimately they are responsible for causing the diseases. The fleas are some small flightless insects. As I told you, they are the wingless insects. Wings are completely absent, so that form the order Siphonoptera. As external parasites of mammals and the birds, usually they live as an external parasite. That means they are present living on the body of the other organisms. Here the other organisms or other animals are the mammals and the birds. So they take the food and shelter on the body surface of mammals and the birds, so by sucking the blood of the host. Adult fleas are up to 3 millimeters in length and usually brown in color. Body is quite flattened sideways, enable them to move through the host of fur or feathers. So this type of body, what is the streamlined body, it will be helpful for the fleas to move from one place to the other place in the feathers and also in the hairs. Accordingly, the appendages, the legs are modified. They are having a strong claws. They prevent them from being dislodged. The strong claws are present, and these strongs are helpful in holding the hairs or the things firmly. They do not usually or easily dislodge from one place to another place. They lack wings and they have mouth parts adapted to piercing the skin and sucking the blood of the host. Mouth parts are accordingly modified, that is sucking and piercing type of mouth parts are present. Hind legs, that is the last pair of legs, adapted for jumping, clinging or jumping from one place to the another place. Since the wings are absent, accordingly the hind legs are adapted for jumping. Larvae are worm-like with no limbs. Limbs appear when the larva undergoes pupation. They have chewing type of mouth parts and feed on the organic debris. They feed on the organic debris. So once they are present in the environment, that too in the where the organic matter is available apart from the mammals and birds, okay, so they feed on the organic debris. So accordingly the chewing mouth parts, the mandibles parts are present inside the oral cavity. They feed on the organic debris. The Siphonoptera are most closely related to the snow scorpion flies. Snow scorpion flies belongs to the family Oridae, placing them within the Endopterygota of insect order Mycoptera. So Siphonopterans are closely related to the family Boridae. So they fall within the same the division, that is Endopterygota of the order, but order is different, that is Mycoptera. Many species never breed on any other host. The species specificity is present. As far as the host is concerned, they usually survive only a particular kind of host. As I told you in the previous slides, so it is present living on the mammals and the birds. Okay, apart from these two hosts, it will not survive on the body of the other organisms. Some families of fleas are exclusive to a single host group. A single host group, not the closely related ones. Okay, only a particular species of host, in that only they will survive. Example, the Malacopslidae, the family Malacopslidae are found only on armadillos. The Ichnopsilidae only on the bats. The members belonging to the family Ichnopsilidae, so they are present living only on the bats. And the Chimeropsilidae, the members belonging to the fleas belonging to the family Chimeropsilidae, they only on the elephant shrews. So that is, the specificness is very much present as the survival of fleas are concerned. They are usually present and they take food, shelter in only a particular group of hosts. The oriental rat flea, the flea by name oriental rat flea, that is Xenopsila chiopis. The scientific name is Xenopsilla chiopis is a vector of Yersinia pestis. Xenopsilla chiopis carries the vector, is a vector of the Yersinia pestis. Yersinia pestis is a disease causing agent. It's a bacteria which causes the disease what is called as bubonic plague. Okay, the rat flea Xenopsilla chiopis so is a vector of Yersinia pestis, the bacteria Yersinia pestis, which causes the disease bubonic plague. The disease was spread by rodents such as black rat, which were bitten by fleas that then infected humans. Once the flies they bite the black rat and then to the human beings, naturally the Yersinia pestis enters into the body of the host of the human beings. Look at this, how this slide shows how the bubonic plague was transmitted. The first is the rat. Rat carries a plague bacteria, that is Yersinia pestis. Okay, so once the flea bites the rat, okay, this Yersinia pestis enters into the body of the flea, that is the rat flea. Then when this flea bites the potential susceptible human being, it transmits the Yersinia pestis into the human body, where the flea bites human is infected with Yersinia the pestis, and that causes the bubonic plague. That's how the transmission occurs, and in this way this Xenopsilla chiopis, that is the rat flea, causes bubonic plague in human beings. The another flea by name Chigoe flea, or otherwise it is called as jigger. It is commonly called as jigger, and the scientific name is Tunga penetrans. The flea by name Tunga penetrans causes the disease what is called as thungiosis, a major public health problem the world is facing. The fleas that specialize as a parasites on a specific mammal. So this flea present living in a specific mammals. They may use other mammal hosts also, that is closely related the mammal species also. So the humans may be bitten by the cat flea and the dog flea. In this way, the Tunga penetrans or the thungiosis is also caused due to the flea, that is Chigoe flea or jigger. Each species of flea is more or less a specialist on its host animal species. Many species never breed on any other host. So this is what is called as the uniqueness or the peculiarity of the fleas. As I told you, the specificity of the host. These fleas, they select only such a host where all the physiological parameters present on the body, they permit the fleas to undergo its development, its survival, and the development will be favorable to the fleas. In that particular context, they usually select only such a host animals where the favorable environment is present. In this way, the fleas are having the specificity regarding the host. Some families of fleas are exclusive to a single host group. Okay, not closely related ones. A single host group is very peculiar. As external parasites of mammals and birds, they live by consuming the blood of their host. Adults are up to about 3 millimeters in length and usually brown in color. body is flattened sideways, enable them to move through their host fur or feathers, and strong claws that prevent them from being dislodged. Accordingly, they are modified, and since the wings are completely absent, the legs are accordingly modified for jumping also from one place to the other place to a considerable distance. Fleas are also an important vector where they transmit the disease causing agents. So they can able to transmit various different kinds of the pathogens or the disease causing agents from one individual to the other individuals, or the animals to the human beings, or the vice versa. The disease causing agents which are transmitted by the fleas includes the virus, bacteria, rickettsia, protozoans, and also helminths. So dear student, this is all about fleas acts as an important vector, disease causing vectors. So these are the reference materials along with a link. Dear students, this is the time of COVID-19 pandemic. The second wave is operating now. Take precautions, wash your hands frequently with soap, and also use sanitizers. Use a face covering or face mask. Maintain physical distance, social distancing of minimum 2 meters in between the individuals. Stay home, stay safe, save lives. Thank you.